Nice. This is John Moore of the Hometown Historian channel. We're doing something a little different with the vlog today. I might have to change arms back and forth. We're actually out here near Inwood, Pennsylvania, near Swatara State Park. We're underneath the Inwood Iron Bridge. It's the historic Inwood Iron Bridge, which we visited here along with the Waterville Iron Bridge, which is the crossing for the Appalachian Trail, and is also on the National Registry of Historic Buildings or Places. So there's the plaque, and up there's the bridge. But so I wanted to give an update because I've been holding off because it's been sort of trying to figure out what's actually going on and all that kind of stuff. A lot of different health issues that have come up. I've been struggling a lot with my legs and my feet. Background is that I'm diabetic, and last February, beginning of February, I had to go in for emergency surgery on my left foot. I had osteomyelitis, I was septic, almost died, should have died, and had been struggling a year and a half before that with what's basically open wounds, ulcers is what they call them. When you're diabetic, you struggle with your feet having openings in your feet, and it's just something you really have to watch. And it's something with doing the landscape work that I've been doing, it's something I've always struggled with. I wrap my feet, I take care of them, but you still have stuff happens, and I don't have a whole lot of feeling on the left side, so I don't always realize when something like that happens. And unfortunately, in this case, I have 3 open on the left foot. 2 of them are rather small and are actually healing rather well. The one on the right foot, they got to do potentially a little bit of what's called debridement, where they clean out around the wound, because you'll have like the dead skin sort of puckers up around it and then new skin can't go across. So that may have to happen, and then allow it to heal naturally, or sew it up, or whatever they got to do. But the big one on the left foot is concerning, because that one's, when you have a bigger wound and you're walking on a lot, sort of the flesh sort of gets wavy and weird. And this morning looking at it, it was concerning. So I may ultimately wind up having to go to the hospital, and then who knows at that stage. What needs to happen will happen, and we'll go from there. But that's sort of why the channel's been sort of a video every week, that type of thing, because I'm just not capable of doing a whole lot right now. And I also have developed this sort of weird cough. We had a lot of blood tests that came in on Monday, a couple more that I had to get redone, and we're just seeing where this foot stuff goes. I'm on clindamycin. It's an antibiotic, pretty potent. It's doing its job though. Feeling a lot better, but I had last week was rough. It's probably a combination of the infection, combination of the severity of the one wound, and just being exhausted. So I got tested for hypothyroidism, because my mom and my sister both suffer from that, and it's not as common in men, but iron deficiency, something of that nature. Trying to find answers of what's going on with me, and so we had that all going on, and then we're waiting through this week to see how the feet react, which they seem to be reacting pretty well. I got a regimen that I got to start doing with wrapping and triple antibiotic cream, along with some other specialized stuff to try to get these things to heal pretty quickly. I also had to quit my job because I can't keep on doing this to myself, because Thursday and Friday I threw up at the end of each of those days. So it's heat exhaustion, coming up on heat stroke. Friday was a relatively short day, but it was so hot, and I just not reacting as well with the diabetes, and with this cough we're trying to figure out where that's coming from. It's like a different variant. They gave me a new cough suppressant medication, which seems to be working reasonably well. I'm sure the cough will make its appearance at some point, because it just likes that, because otherwise you wouldn't know it was me. But and then on the home front, thankfully my one friend Bob took me in and until I can, I have a couple of chances at apartments, but now it's a matter of trying to figure out like getting disability going or something. Um, I even potentially I'll have to get like see if I can get unemployment or something like that, because in essence I'm having to stop my job because of a physical issue. Um, so I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out with them. Hopefully I can get the stuff that's owed to me back from the 5 months from November through March, because that would be a big help. But anyways, it'll all work itself out and we'll figure it out. It's just like right now I'm just pretty tired. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I was, because over the weekend my blood sugars hit like 550, which is medical emergency level type thing. Now they went down to 300 by the afternoon. It was 298 and then down to 142, which is regular by the evening, because I was a little worried because your numbers can skyrocket like that. When I was in the hospital back in that February of last year, that's where they were, but that was also had a lot to do with sepsis and the trauma my body was going through. So you get a lot of information thrown at you all at once, and some of it's helpful, some of it you could say is answers, and some of it's just sort of you're still sort of paddling in the water and not getting anywhere because you still don't know what's wrong. But anyways, so all the blood tests came back good, which is weird. So apparently my health in general is good. I don't have hypothyroidism. I don't have an iron deficiency. My A1C is actually normal. My blood sugars are dropping steadily back to where they need to be. So I don't know what the spike was there. I mean, I don't even know how to explain that, but it is going back to normal. Uh, the foot thing is going to sort of follow a process of seeing. The first thing is to get the infection out of my system. I think the two smaller ones on my left foot, those should close pretty quickly then, because they're actually really, really close. And they actually, from having gone through this for so long, they look very healthy. The same as the one that's on the right foot, it actually looks pretty healthy. It's just a matter of getting that stuff away, whether they have to do a debridement or whatever and then close it up or let it close naturally. But that's the next 2 week process or something like that. I'm really not supposed to be on my feet a whole lot. I'm not supposed to be doing heavy work or anything like that. Like I can do a little bit of something, but I got to be really, really careful with it. To just the main thing is to try to get these things to close up and heal, and that way I'd have no more open wounds. And then as dealing with this big one on the left foot, whether that requires surgery or what's going to happen, I'm still not sure. But we'll know in the next couple weeks. But like I said, everything came back normal. The cough, if this continues, we're going to get a chest scan, and then possibly like an endo where they have to go down and just see if there's something. If it's more a problem that's in like my esophagus or something like that, because that's what it more seems like. It could be something from COVID yet, because there's a weird thing with COVID that lasts for quite a while where your stomach doesn't operate the way it's supposed to, so it's not breaking things down, so you sort of are having things back up, and that could be part of what's causing it. We just don't know at this stage. And then there's ultimately the big one is, if none of that stuff comes back, then you got to start checking for like cancers, which my white blood cell count was very, very good. That's not the end all be all, but you think something would have shown up there if I had something like that, but I just don't at this stage. We don't know yet. So it's, the one thing that was sort of discussed as well, like life expectancy and that type of stuff, which there's, at the end of the day, nothing really determines that, but like if my health doesn't change where it's at right now, where it doesn't start getting better, you're talking 60 to 65. So obviously I want to get this stuff situated finally, and I got to find, if I got to work yet, I got to find a job that I can actually do and isn't taking a toll on me every single day. I felt really, really sad about having to do it, but at the end of the day, it was a wake-up call this weekend, to what I'm able to handle, what I'm not able to handle, and just reality of what the situation really is and where I'm at and the toll that this is taking on me. So that's where we're at. Like I said, thankfully I have a place that I can stay. Bob's been really good to me in that regard. He understands how bad my health is, and the steps that got to be taken to get this hopefully rectified. And I just like to figure this out. So, but hopefully that'll happen in the next couple weeks, and we can start. Even if it's bad news, I'd rather know that, because I've made my peace with things. If it would be the worst, I've lived 42 years and I've lived a good life. I don't think it's heading that direction, but you sort of prepare yourself with everything else I've gone through. And like, if I do have to go back in the hospital and they have to do something with this foot, and it is what it is, and then we'll tackle that's another bump in the road, and tackle that and take it on and go from there. But so I could use your prayers, thoughts, and positive vibes and all that good stuff, because it's I'm not down. I'm just tired, and it's just a lot of stuff sort of being lumped on all at once, and just trying to make it through all that kind of stuff isn't necessarily always the easiest thing to do, but it is possible. It's just figuring it out more than anything. I got ants crawling on me. But so with the channel, and I know you guys have been so really just fabulous and cool and just really kind about everything. The one thing I can do are the videos from home, where I sort of get the pictures, do the research, and do those videos. That I plan on trying to do some of those. Obviously this, but anything that requires any kind of walking right now, unless it's a very pretty minor type thing, probably not going to be touching on that a whole lot. And with being financially, until this, like, either the unemployment comes through or I can reapply for unemployment or whatever it might be, I'm sort of in a place where I got to be careful with my gas and that type of stuff, and just try to figure out what my absolute needs are. So it may, video wise, it's probably going to be pretty sparse for right now until I can sort of figure things out and go from there. But that's just sort of where we're at. So I want to give a shout out to Jared. He contacted me, talked to me about the stuff that I'm doing, and really cool conversation we had then, like 2-hour phone conversation. He's got brilliant ideas. I may not seem enthusiastic about it now because I'm just sort of tired, but really awesome stuff. And I look forward to hopefully in the future being able to get together and having him present some of the stuff that he's doing, especially with like mapping, taking like maps over time and showing what was there, when, who, and all those other kinds of really cool historical stuff. It's the type of stuff that, if you really are into history, it's really exciting. He talks like a 4-dimensional map. It's just so neat, and he's offered a lot of help up and research and stuff like that, especially for a bunch of these different video series that I'd like to get about, and that'll be a huge help in making it easier for me to have the correct information and a lot of really cool information for you guys that I can offer along with the pictures of the past. So also want to give a shout out to I believe Cheryl. She has a channel called Sun Plus One. I'm gonna put that up on the channel, on the comments. Support her. She's the 3rd subscriber now, that like Colleen, with Colleen Unvarnished, and with Angela, A Trail to the Past, who have started their own channels. And it's always hard when you start these channels, so any assistance I can give that helps them to build a little quicker, to get more of a viewing audience, really check Cheryl and her son out, because she has a great voice for this and a great passion for it, and a lot of information that she gives you on these hikes that her and her son do. I believe they have 2 videos up already. Really cool stuff. So she's been a big supporter of the channel, and I want to be a big supporter of her and her son. So with that, I think that is going to be it. And we will be back. We'll be stronger and all that kind of stuff. It's just sort of is what it is. I just have to pace myself, which you guys all understand, and you all have been supportive in that regard, and I've encouraged that. But that's the overall general idea of where we're at. It'll be something, it'll get figured out. It's just a matter of getting there. So with that, I'll say thank you once again for coming along, and we will see you all about town. Thanks, everybody. Hey everybody, so I wanted to keep this fell. I just wanted to add this in here at the end. I was able to stop over at the post office here in Chuck. I wanted to say a special thank you to Sam and his wife Carol for the gift that you gave. Really means a lot. The note means a lot. And also to Kate, I want to say thank you as well for your gift and for your note. It really does help in times like these. And people reach out and they let you know that they care. It's like that, and you all have done that, and that means the world. So it's a little bit more of a downer video to a degree, but there's hope that things are going to turn around. It's just sort of reaching that next goal and getting past that, and then getting past the next one and the next one, and eventually get to the point where it's like normalcy. But I think that's a little ways away, and I just, like I said, I'm just sort of tired right now, and it's just not a normal way to live. So, like I said, normalcy, having like a normalcy, the stability, where you sort of feel like you're at a place where, okay, I'm gonna be all right, and everything's gonna work out, and just a lot of uncertainty, that type of stuff, and that's never a great place to be. But anyways, we're getting there. But thank you once again, Sam and Carol, and thank you, Kate. Thank you to everybody, and as always, we'll see you about town.